Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, we are getting into how you can sing high notes better. Okay. This is how you're going to hit your high notes better the next time you're reaching for it and you feel like you're not quite getting there. I know how that feels. I've been there, literally, I've been there, and I still have that happen. And this is how I get over it. This is how I'm able to help myself get over that feeling of like I'm pushing and I'm reaching, but I'm not quite hitting the high note and it's not sounding good. That's the other thing is if you can hit it, then that's one thing, but then to make it sound good, right? So here's just a very simple step-by-step process you can take to help yourself improve your high notes. And you can do this every single time you come up against that challenge with high notes. But first, I want to highlight a Facebook group member. You guys, come over to the Singing Tips and Technique for Women community on Facebook. That is where I can communicate with you guys and check in with you guys and support you on this journey. One of you, Orianna Sells, actually had an amazing win that you shared in the Facebook group. So every single day of the week, I'm posting in there and offering you opportunities to connect with each other, to share what you're doing, what you're working on, get feedback. You can literally get free coaching from me, a professional voice teacher, in the Facebook group. It's amazing. So make sure you check it out if you're really, really serious about starting to sing and wanting to build confidence as a singer. Putting yourself out there in a Facebook group is an amazing way to do this. And this is a safe community. This is a safe space. And so Orianna Sells shared an amazing win because she released two singles, and I'm going to link them in the show notes below because they're absolutely divine, beautiful jazz pieces. She's a jazz musician and artist, and her first song is called She Is Me. And it's really beautiful, like genuinely so gorgeous. And then she also has Jazz Balea, which is fun and upbeat. So make sure you go listen to both of those singles if you love jazz music or if you're interested in exploring jazz music. Definitely check out her music and her YouTube channel. They're on her YouTube channel, so you'll definitely want to go check her out. And like you'll be inspired. Be inspired by the other people who are listening to this podcast, who are in this community, and who are doing the work, right? Because if someone else who's also listening to this podcast and is also in this community of female singers, of women who are wanting to sing and starting to sing more, and she's even doing this professionally, right? Like that should inspire you. That can encourage you, allow it to empower you, to show you that this is possible, right? So anyway, go check out her singles. They're linked below, and it's on her YouTube channel. So definitely check her out and give her some support. Come to the Facebook group and support her and support your other creatives, other singers, and make sure that you are in there too, getting your support that you need as well. So yay, that is for the Facebook group. Again, you can go to Singing Tips and Technique for Women on Facebook, or you can just go scroll down on your show notes wherever you're listening to this, and you could click below, and the link is there for you. All right, so let's get into how you can start hitting high notes better. Okay. So, the first thing you need to do if you're really wanting to hit high notes better, if you're really wanting to sing those high notes, the first thing you need to do is you must begin to move past perfectionism. Okay. Just start it. Just start. Okay. If you heard the last episode on perfectionism, you know, like naming and deciding. So naming what you are struggling with. So naming the fact that, okay, like I am feeling like I need to hit this note perfectly. And that's not happening right now. And this can be like in a split second, like this is happening really quickly. Like you're working on a song and oh, that note it's not working, right? And you're just like, okay, hold on, be willing to hold on and back it up. Don't feel like you have to just plunge forward because you just have to try to make it perfect. Like, no, be willing to pause, figure out what's going on, figure out where is it that you're having that trouble and that note, and decide to make a difference, make a change. Okay. That's the first thing is you got to recognize it, got to move past your perfectionism, be willing to stop, slow down, and have it not be perfect. I know that it's not going to be perfect. Even when you do this whole process, you might need to do it again. Like this is real. Like it's real. Singing is easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Like singing is very simple. Maybe not simple. but it's not necessarily easy. Maybe it's not simple, but it's easy. I don't know. I'm like, I'm processing this right now. Okay. Singing is it can be easy, however, it can be simple, however, it's not necessarily an easy thing in the sense that it might not come, not everything might come naturally to everyone, right? So be willing to give yourself that grace that you're not going to be perfect. You're going to pause, you're going to do what I'm going to tell you to do in a second, and it still might not be perfect. And you have to be willing to accept that and be willing to try again. That's the thing that I see and I keep singing that I keep seeing again and again is that singers will try something and then it doesn't work. And then we'll just like kind of give up on ourselves. And it's like, no, you have to be willing to not be perfect the first time. So that's my first thing. Be willing to move past perfectionism. Okay. The second thing. So once you've like, you figured out, okay, this is not working. It's not sounding perfect. And that's okay. I'm willing to, choose the next thing to do, go to the next step. Okay. The next thing you want to do is you want to warm up your voice higher than you will have to sing. So that means if you're going to be singing like a high, what's not too high, but let's see. Maybe the note that you're struggling with is a C above middle C, right? It's not like super a high note, but maybe you want to belt it. And that is like about getting around your, for most women, the second passaggio, which is the break in your voice as you're getting to your head voice. So maybe that's like that spot in your voice feels a little bit tenuous. It does for me sometimes. And so you're struggling with that particular note. It's not a really high note, but it can feel high because you are wondering as to how you can switch into whether you should switch into your head voice, etc. Maybe you're not really sure how to mix there or belt there properly. So this is just as an example. So as an example, I would suggest warming up your head voice. You need to warm up your head voice, meaning you need to go up to the D, the E, the F, the G. You could even warm up to whistle register C sharp six, like the C, two C's above middle C, because that warming up that upper mechanism, that higher mechanism, that's going to help you bring that lighter mechanism into those notes where, oh, you're feeling like it's too heavy to sing that note, right? With ease. So warm up a little bit higher. It's also just a mental trick. So maybe you're trying to sing like a high G, right? So sing a little bit higher, just warm up higher than that note, because then you'll be like, oh, I've already sung the notes above that. So of course I can hit that note, right? It's a mental trick. And it's also like physiologically, you're helping your vocal cords and your vocal folds be able to thin out and engage that lighter mechanism. So that way you can sing that note because you've already done it in your warm up. Does that make sense? Warm up higher than you're going to sing. Okay. That's the, that's the overall takeaway for that point. So warm up your voice higher than what you'll have to sing. So if you're going to sing a C, warm up to a G or higher. If you're going to sing a G, warm up to A, B, C above it. Just warm up a little bit higher. If you're not really sure what I mean when I'm saying these letters, because you're not really sure about the notes and on the piano or whatnot, just know that if you're going to be singing, really sing than that as you do your warm up. Okay, that's all I mean there. Okay, so the third point is to sing it on a lip trill. Ooh, yes. This is my secret weapon. Okay. If I am struggling with a note in a song, I am going to almost immediately sing it on a lip trill instead. Like almost every time. Like I'm going to try it on a lip trill because if I can lip trill it, that adjusts the pressure on my vocal folds. What does that mean? So when you sing, and I'm just going to lay this out pretty simply. When you sing, there's pressure, there's air pressure underneath your vocal folds. We call it subglottal pressure. And that pressure is what allows your vocal folds to then like separate. And that way the air can flow. And then naturally, the vocal folds are going to come together again. The air continues to flow as they come apart, etc. This is all happening super, 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 super quickly. But the point is there's a balance between air pressure and air flow. So when you do a lip trill, which is a type of SOVT, which I've talked about in other episodes. That's a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise. Basically just means that your mouth isn't completely open. So you're trilling your lips, so you're doing like, right, blowing bubbles, if you will, is another way to think about it. And you're doing that. And what that does is that your mouth isn't fully open. So you don't have quite as much back pressure on the vocal folds. So it adjusts it really nicely and they're able to come together nice and cleanly. And so it kind of just like is a reset for your voice. And so when you go to then sing the note, like on an open vowel, which is the next step, then you kind of feel a little bit more like your vocal folds are like a little bit more used to singing that note and to like for your vocal folds to like stretch out to hit that note. It's just beautiful. Like they're able to do it with more ease and like more cleanly because you've done it with that nice adjusted pressure. So I just want you to think about, okay, I'm going to sing this on a lip trill. It's going to adjust the pressure on my vocal folds. And then the next step is to sing it on a front open vowel, like ah, or aw, aw, ho, 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 right? That's a great vowel to open up to. And that's going to allow you to then give yourself that like open space, but then you're going to sing that high note with that open vowel. Okay. And hopefully with that aw, you can also have a nice lift in the back of your throat. Um, and your palate can lift a little bit there. And if you're not really sure about the palate lift and the soft palate, I can talk about that in another episode. But just know that doing like an ah or an aw open front vowel like that can be helpful to you. Okay. And then the last step is to try it on words. Okay. So the first step is you've moved past perfectionism. You've been willing to stop and make corrections and know that it's not going to be perfect. That's okay. The second step is you've warmed up your voice higher than the note that you're trying to sing, right? Don't just go up to the note that you're trying to sing. Warm up your voice even higher. Try to go a little bit higher, lightly, gently. Using staccato is a great way to do that. Staccato meaning just like lightly singing the notes. And then after you've warmed up your voice even higher than what you're going to be singing, now sing that note on a lip trill. Then sing that note on an open vowel, a front open vowel. So ah, technically the throat isn't as open, but the front of the mouth is open, and that's what I'm wanting to get for you. So sing that on that ah or aw vowel, and then you're going to try it on the actual words that you're singing. So what's happening is that you're bringing the airflow that you have kind of practiced singing more, with the lip trill and the front open vowel. Now you're going to bring that together with the resonance of whatever words you're singing, whatever phrase you're trying to sing the note on or the notes on. So if you want, and just an extra tip, if you do want like a beltier sound or a bigger, stronger sound, you can also try the note on like a hey or ma or may. Trying to do a called out sound can help you to kind of feel that air pressure as well. So all that to say is this is a process. This is a step-by-step process. If it feels confusing, I want you to just simplify it for yourself once again. Step one, let go of any perfectionism. Just for a second, be willing to try, be willing to test your voice and just see what it can do. Don't feel like you have to be perfect from the very beginning of this whole process. It's okay. It's okay if you do this and it still doesn't work. That's okay. It just means you might need to tweak some things. It's okay. So let go of that perfectionism. The second thing, all you're going to do is you're going to warm up your voice, sing a little bit higher than you are actually going to sing, with this high note. Try to sing a little bit higher in your warm up than that note in the song is. The third thing you're going to do is now you're going to sing that particular part of the song, that particular high note on a lip trill. That's going to adjust the pressure on your vocal folds. Trust me. Trust me, my friend. Trust me. It works every single time for me. And I see it for my students all the time. Okay. The fourth thing that you're going to do is sing it on a front open vowel. Okay. A vowel like ah or ah will be ah or ah. Can you tell the difference? Okay. But those will be helpful for you. And then lastly, now go ahead and try it on your words. making sure that you still keep that nice open space in your mouth. That's going to help you with the resonant tone so that it sounds nice, right? So that it doesn't just sound like, okay, you hit the note, but like actually making sure the note sounds nice. Make sure you have a nice amount of space in your mouth. That's going to help with the resonant tone. Okay. And if you do want to belt to your sound, you can try to also sing the note on like a hey or ma, some sort of called out phrase like that can be helpful. And I do all of this in my voice lessons. So if you're like still stuck and you're still not sure, come grab a lesson with me. I have a few more spots open during my weeks for virtual students. So if you are a woman who like you wish like your daughter or your friend or your loved one could like hear you sing and be like, wow, she sounds really good. Like she's really good. Like where did that come from? And you want to like just blow away your friends at the next, party when you do karaoke, or you want to like actually go and do an open mic night and have your friends come and be like super impressed, right? Because you hit that high note. Like let's get into a lesson and figure out how you can do it. Like it's very much possible. It's very much possible, but these are steps that will help you get there. However, if you're lacking a little bit of technique, you're not really sure how to use your instrument, then getting with a coach like me, who is super excited to help women, find your voice and build confidence in your voice and find the time to do it in your busy schedule, it's going to help you. It's going to help you for sure. So I really want to encourage you not to wait, not to, again, moving past the perfectionism. Don't feel like because it's not perfect right now, you can't do anything about it. You absolutely can. You have so much power as a singer to change your voice and follow these steps to a T. Go back and listen again and follow them to a T. And I genuinely believe that it will help you. And if it doesn't, come back to me and let me know. And if you have questions, you guys can always, ask me in the Facebook group. But I would love to work with you. Like I really believe that we can work on this together. If you're struggling with a high note in a song, come book a lesson with me. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio and you can just book a lesson with me. And I'd be happy to help you walk through this process and give you in real-time feedback, as well as a personal plan for how you can continue to work on this in your own time. Like, how do you actually find time to sing and find time to grow as a singer? I'll help you do that. So make sure that you go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio if you want to do that. And if that's something that you're really wanting to be intentional about, I'm here for you. I hope this helps you guys and inspires you and encourages you that you can do this. You absolutely can do this. I'm here cheering you on as always. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so, so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so, so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.